Sanjita, do you want to share what are panic attacks?
Panic attack, in very simple phrase or a very simple sentence, I would say, is like a sudden episode of anxiety, intense anxiety. Okay, so as the word sudden suggests, these panic attacks, as we call them attacks, they just happen out of nowhere. The person may sometimes not know why it happened. And there are certain symptoms that are part of a panic attack that identify it to be a panic attack is a very intense level of anxiety combined with physical symptoms and a fear of a perceived threat. Now, every word I can break it down to let you know really what that means. So, sudden is there. There is intense level of anxiety, physical symptoms like short of breath, like there is breathlessness, palpitations, fast heartbeat. For some people, there is sweating, chills. Some people start crying when they're having a panic attack. There's this fear of losing control. And as I mentioned, there is a fear that is based on a perceived threat. So, not necessarily that threat is for everyone, it's perceived, as in it's the perception of that person who is undergoing a panic attack. For instance, if it is spiders, somebody just having an encounter with a spider gives them a panic attack, while for some other person looking at a spider does not give them any panic. So it is perceived, it's very specific to that person. So these are very, very intense episodes of anxiety. They're very sudden. And sometimes people know that it's going to happen from their previous experience or, past memory of a similar episode that may have happened to them. While sometimes there are some who are just not aware of what happened to them. So that is what really puts people into confusion, and sometimes they feel like they're having a cardiac arrest. Yeah, so it's very important to know what panic attack is before anybody says that they had a panic attack.
So now that you've explained panic attacks in a great detail, how do you cope with, panic attacks? What's your experience been with clients and their coping with panic attacks?
Yeah, so in my day-to-day practice with clients who are having panic attacks or who have similar anxiety-related issues, it's always, first for me as a therapist, it's about listening to their story.
Yeah.
Each individual has a different story to tell. The symptoms may vary. So for me, in the very first session, I need to know what the story is, what did they experience when they had one. And then I look into the symptoms because that is also very important. So I kind of, over a period of time, I equip them with some certain tools and techniques to overcome those symptoms. Like using breathing techniques if they suffer from breathing problem during an attack. Apart from that, it is very important to know the root cause.